Hi.
Are you doing your vlog?
Yeah. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I literally hate filming in my room because I don't have a tripod or like a table to put my phone on, so I'm literally stacking up shoes on my little box, and it's like crooked and weird, and the living room is way better to film in. My brother's in there with his friends, so I'm stuck in here today. So today is going to be a story time, like what else is new. My channel is little story times and hauls. Today's story time is kind of a little bit touchy to talk about. I've gotten better with talking about it. Like in the past, when I talk about it, I would tear up and cry, but now I can just talk to you guys. I'm a little kind of embarrassed. Not really embarrassed, just like I don't really like to think about it. It brings me down, but it's not as bad as it used to be. But I figure that I'm to the point where I'm comfortable with sharing to you guys. So before I begin this story time, I do want to let you guys know that I don't condone bullying. I don't like when people get bullied. I'm not. If you guys are triggered by this, if you've ever been bullied and these kind of stories trigger you, I suggest that you exit out of this video and not watch it. I don't want to trigger anyone. I don't want to make anyone upset. This is just my story that I'm sharing to you guys. So this story time is when I was bullied in middle school. A lot of people didn't know that I was bullied in middle school. I peaked early. I got my period. This is like TMI, but I got my period at like the age of 12, 13. I can't really remember how old I was, but I know I was in middle school. I was young. I just peaked really early. Like I had like boobies in middle school. Anyways, that's when my face broke out a lot. My face has gotten a little bit better. I do have a little bit of foundation on, but as you can see I still have bumps and pimples everywhere. But in middle school it was really bad, and some of that was the fact that I didn't wash my face like I was supposed to, like my parents told me. Also, my biological dad, he had a lot of acne on his face, so I get a lot of that from him. He has really oily skin. So is my skin. I get really oily too, and I get lots of acne, and it's just very hard for me to get rid of. Like I used to have to take these big old pills like the size of these to get rid of my acne, but I stopped taking those pills when I went to the peak, when I left home and went to the peak, and now I'm pregnant. I can't retake those pills until after I'm pregnant, so maybe after I have Rosalina I'll get back on those pills, because I did clear my face. My self-esteem has gotten way better than in middle school. I still have low self-esteem, but it wasn't as bad as it was when I was in middle school and high school. Still a little bit sketched about going out without my makeup. Like I literally use my makeup religiously. Back to the story. In middle school I had a lot of acne. I dressed really weird. I was really skinny. I always did my hair in the same style. I was very socially awkward, quiet to myself. I'm still like that, and that is going to be another story time of why I have no friends, because I am socially awkward. I have some pictures right here, and I have pictures of what I used to look like in middle school. I also have a picture of my first day of middle school, and you guys can kind of see the kind of clothes that I used to wear in middle school. So I'll just show you it and how bad my face was. So I'll show you this one first. This is what this one looks like. I'm sorry if there's a glare, but as you can see, I have a lot of pimples up here. My skin was really red. I used to wear awkward clothes like that. Here's another better picture of me. Like I used to wear my hair always up in a ponytail, and it would always be messy, and like my teeth were awkward. I had a really bad acne, and I kind of looked like a boy, right? I was really skinny. Here's another one. I'm like so happy I have 20 bucks. But anyways, here's another one. I had just a lot of acne. Now here's another picture, but this is my very first day of middle school. You can't really see that I have acne, but I do, because this picture was taken far away. But here's what it looks like. But here is me. This is my first day of middle school, and that's kind of what I wore. So I used to wear these gachos a lot. That's what they used to call. I don't even know if they make gachos anymore. And these ugly brown shoes looking thing, like what are those? Okay. And this shirt, and it was just so awkward. My backpack was ugly, and I always had my hair up like that. Going into middle school, you didn't really see a lot of people with acne problems like myself, because like I saw like people with like 1-2 little bumps. Most of the people were going through puberty or whatever, but my face was like the worst out of every single one in the entire school. And middle school isn't that really big of a school, so. And middle school, you guys already know how middle school is. Little kids are mean, especially now. This world is cruel that we live in. Anyways, going into middle school, me being socially awkward that I am, I didn't have really that many friends. I didn't really go talk to people. I started noticing when I would walk past people, people would start laughing or looking at me weird or looking at my face. Or when I'm talking to them, they're not looking at me, but they're looking at my bumps and my scars. Because you can tell when someone's looking at your eyes, or when they're looking what's on your face, or like, you know, when you're talking to a guy and he's looking at your breast or whatever. You can tell those kind of things. So people would like snicker when I walk past, and the girls would laugh and give me dirty looks. And then someone, I don't even remember who started it, I don't even remember the names or anyone, someone said that I look like a pizza because pepperoni, the dots on the pepperoni, I don't know, I don't even know, okay? But so people used to start calling me pizza face or pimple face, and then it got to the point where it was like connect the dots. I don't know, they just got really creative, but the main name that I was called was Pizza Face, and that's what a lot of people called me. My name wasn't even Angel anymore. It was just like Pizza Face. Like I would walk by and they'd be like, oh, there goes Pizza Face. I'm also a very sensitive person. I'm a Virgo. If you've ever known a Virgo, Virgos are very, very sensitive people. And on top of that, I'm just a sensitive person as it is. When they started calling me that, I didn't really understand why they would call me that. And then I realized, I put two and two together. I was like, Pizza Face, Pimple Face. Oh, okay. So then I would go home and I would always cry. I would never go cry to my mom and dad because I didn't want them to worry about me or ask me questions or anything like that. So I'd go in my room and I'd write in my little diary, because I used to have a little diary, and I used to write in on how I felt, and I would go home and I would just cry myself to sleep because I didn't really understand at that time, and how young I was. I didn't understand why these people were being so mean to me when I didn't do anything to them. I did have a few friends in middle school. I'm not going to say I was a complete loner. Some of those friends were actually my friends. They didn't judge me at all. But some of those friends that I had, they were my friends, but they would like talk crap about me behind my back, call me ugly, or laugh and people call me pizza face. They weren't really friends, and that is another reason why I have no friends. But like I said, I'll get into that into a different story time, fully in depth, and why I have no friends. Never told any of my teachers that I was being bullied. I never told any of my mom. I didn't tell my mom and dad I was being bullied. I don't even remember if I told my sister. I probably did. I can't really remember. I wish I had my diary with me, because then I would read you guys like a page from there. The name really, really stuck with me. It just didn't feel good to be called pizza face, you know. Like, it's not good for someone that's bigger to be called fat all the time. It's just not a good feeling when someone calls you a name. There's no need for it. You don't need to sit there and call someone a name like that. That caused me to have very, very low self-esteem. Now, I never like, and sorry if this is probably going to be triggering to some people, so I would suggest you stop watching it. I was never suicidal. I never cut or anything like that, but I would go home and I would cry and just be really depressed. All that when I went to high school. High school is a little different than middle school. A lot more people had acne. A lot more people were going through puberty and had problems and issues and everything like that. But me having low self-esteem and being scared that if I talk to someone, they're gonna look at me, my scars, and not my eyes, or not me. Like that's literally the thought process I have in high school whenever I talk to someone, because of my middle school experience. I would be like, oh my god, are they looking at my face? And that's another big reason why I have stage fright. Now it's gotten way better. Now I can speak out, and now I can, like, in my domestic violence class, I can talk out without having to worry about that issue. But in the past, like in high school, I had really stage fright issues because when I went to go talk in front of a class or whatever, I was scared that everyone was staring at my pimples and not me. And that caused me to be very quiet, very to myself. I did have friends in high school, not that many though. I wasn't bullied in high school or anything like that. People just didn't want to hang out with me because they probably thought I was a little bit weird, because like, I don't know, I wouldn't talk. I would be to myself. But yes, that is my bullied story. I know it's not as severe as some of the other bully stories out there, but I do consider that a bullying because those people were calling me names and laughing and picking on me. If you are someone out there that is being bullied, or you're getting called a name, whether that is pizza face like me, or fat, or slut, or bitch, or whatever the case might be, I suggest you talk to someone. I didn't talk to anyone, so that caused me to cry a lot, and it just caused me to have a lot of emotional issues. I mean, like talking to a teacher or talking to your sister, your mom and dad, because I found that talking your problems out helps the situation more. It helps you overcome it. It helps you get through all the emotional phases. People can be so mean. There are, however, really, really nice, warm-hearted people. I've met people in middle school, high school, to like today, that have really beautiful hearts, and they don't care what you look like. They only care what's inside, and those are the people that I cherish the most, and those are the people that I will always look up to. And I'm not even trying to say that I'm better than anyone else. I have judged people too in the past. If I see a girl walking with like half naked clothes on, I'll be like, ugh, she's like a hoe. Like, we're all human, we all do it, so I'm not trying to say I'm better than anyone else. That is all for today. Yeah, that's basically the story. I don't really have anything else to say about it. If you guys like story times and you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Also comment below if you have a bullying story, if you've been bullied in middle school, or if you are being bullied in middle school and you need to talk to someone. Let me know in the comment section below and we can talk to each other. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!